Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So this is just going to be a quick video on stroganoff, right? So there's a couple different versions, but I've got four Patriots, Ready Wise, and Mountain House. So one of them doesn't have any type of meat in it. I get that. I guess someone could claim to say, well, you can't do a taste test like that if they're not equal. However, um, most of you know, or if you don't know, that Four Patriots doesn't usually have any type of meat product, whether it's beef or chicken, in any of their meals. Now they sell number 10 cans with beef or chicken. But, I'm just on my channel, I'm doing a review of these survival foods as they come to me, right? Um, so I'm not adding anything additional to it. I'm not even adding salt or pepper or anything else like that, strictly going by how they tell me to cook the product and tasting it from that aspect. So with these three, I'm showing you basically, and what I'm kind of just showing you that I think are the advantages or disadvantages is A, how long does it take these products to cook or to be prepared, correct? What is that process? How much water usage is required for these products? So, and those are the kind of things I'm looking at. Look, I mean, this is not real scientific. It's just really an opinion base and just trying to help someone out there maybe to start with who is thinking about getting survival food and maybe wanting to know what is the best to potentially invest in, right? From a taste. We all use, Yelp and things like that from reviews to make judgments on if we should purchase something. Because if you see a lot of reviews out there that are negative, then you more than likely will tend to stay away from that. And but if you have great reviews, then people will investigate that. So I would never tell anybody to just go out and invest, all your money in a product that I say that I like or that tastes good. But I would tell you to at least that's a starting point for you to verify for yourself. Try a little sampling of it, and try it yourself and cook it up and see the process yourself. And if it's good for you, then hey, then you may want to make an investment, a much larger investment in that product of buying, even more. But my biggest issue is just don't go out and buy into I call it the fear porn that some of these companies are pushing, right? And you spend, hundreds of dollars for a product and you never really try it, right? Because you get that product and you stick it underneath your bed or in your closet for that day that may come or may not come. But you'd be very disappointed if the day came and you never tried the food to know what was required to prepare it or how it tasted. And then in that emergency situation, all of a sudden now, for the first time, you're cooking it and you're eating it, and you're like, "Oh my God, this stuff is disgusting!" Right? You're going to have a major regret. So anyway, we'll get into the video here, and then I hope you enjoy it. And give me your thoughts. And also, too, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and leave me your comments. Okay. Appreciate it. Thanks. And make it a great day. Hey, good afternoon, guys. So, hey, today for lunch, I'm going to be doing some stroganoff with noodles, right? So, this doesn't say stroganoff, but noodles and beef, it should, be pretty close on the comparison for that. However, really what we're looking at is on these three products is we're just looking at taste, how much water it takes, and how long does it require us to cook. And, if we need any special pots or pans or what have you to cook these items up, what's all involved in that. But we're going to be doing Ready Wise's trailhead noodles and beef with a mushroom sauce. Then we're going to do Mountain House beef stroganoff with noodles. And then we are going to do Four Patriots hearty stroganoff. And this is their new recipe, right? So as far as serving size, I mean, we're not so much involved or concerned with the serving sizes. However, just for the point is the Four Patriots hearty stroganoff. This is 4 servings, right? And it requires 4.5 cups of water, and it requires 20 minutes of total cook time. So once the the water starts to boil, we'll add this and then cook it for 20 minutes. The Mountain House beef stroganoff, that requires, again, 4 cups of water, and it is a 8 to 9 minutes to reconstitute after we add in the 4 cups of boiling water. And this has 5 servings to it versus the 4 servings here of 4 Patriots. But again, as far as water requirement, you're looking at the Mountain House only requiring 4 cups. This has 5 servings in it. This, for Patriots, requires 4.5 cups for 4 servings of product. So, that's more water to do that. And then, of course, we've got the ReadyWise. And on this is a 2.5 serving size container, right? And we're going to add in 2 cups of water here, and we're going to stir this together after adding the boiling water, and we're going to let it stand or sit for 12 to 15 minutes before we eat that. So we're going to put these, though, out on a plate just so that you can see how well they reconstitute it, but we're going to primarily just go for a taste, how well the product tastes and things of that nature. So stay tuned and let me get some things together, and we'll go ahead and start getting this cooked up. All right, so now we've got to get our 4.5 cups of water added so we can start boiling it. So there is the first 2 cups. This is the second 2 cups. So there's a total of 4 cups. And now 1/2 cup. So 4.5 cups. Let's get this started. The oven is on, so now let's wait until it starts boiling, and then we'll add in our product. Okay, while we're waiting for that to start to boil, let's go ahead and open our package of 4 Patriots Hearty Stroganoff, their new recipe, and we'll go from that. So, again, let me go ahead and cut this open. And, of course, let's get that oxygen absorber out. So there's actually 2 of those in here. Hopefully that's all there is, 2. You can see what I take is the powdered milk inside there, or the cream with their noodles. Just has not a bad smell, it's just an off smell for that, but it's got 380 calories. So, like I said, it says open pouch, remove oxygen absorber. We've done that, and then it's going to tell me to whisk in the contents of this bag into 4.5 cups of boiling water. We're going to reduce the heat and continue cooking for 20 minutes. Then, of course, we remove from the heat and let it stand for 2 to 3 minutes. So that's what it looks like in there. So we'll just set to the side. And let's just go ahead and open the others just for time being while we're waiting for that. I'm going to turn my teapot off because I don't want to add the water yet to the ReadyWise or the Mountain House, because they don't require as much time as the 4 Patriots. So anyway, ReadyWise, tear notch right here. The other thing too about ReadyWise and the Mountain House is they come in these bags that have gussets, right? That allows it to stand. So let's go ahead and open this up. So there's the oxygen absorber from ReadyWise. And you can see it looks similar to the 4 Patriots. It's got the powder there at the bottom. Let's see if you can get that right there. And let's see what it just smells like. It actually has a better smell. We'll get this just zip blocked up before we add the water to it. And here's the Mountain House. Of course, like I said, it's got a gusset built into the bottom of it. Tear pouch right there and right there. This is 5 servings. So 10 grams of protein. Its calorie is 250 counts. And let's just redo that again to make sure I look this up. 380 calories for the 4 Patriots and 280 calories per serving. That is 280 per serving, 690 for the entire container. And this is 250 for per serving, but total package would be 1,250 calories. So anyway, so let's get this open up too as well. Take a look at that. Ooh, so that's Mountain House. There's the oxygen absorber there. One of my subscribers or somebody commented on one of my posts that Mountain House is doing things for the U.S. military. So, and like I said, this is their beef stroganoff with noodles. And let's see here. So it does contain cooked beef in this. Now, not so much that. I mean, I understand that some, 4 Patriots doesn't come with beef. So that's just, from my standpoint, I would rather have something that does have a beef product in there. Mountain House, 30 years as well. So, and I know that 4 Patriots touts that they have a 25-year shelf life. But, those are just things that you have to take into consideration of what you want to have in the food storage. You want, something like 4 Patriots where it doesn't have beef or meat. It's just noodles and dehydrated powder with cheese and milk in it. Or, you want something like Mountain House right here that's got beef in it, and then, or Ready Wise that has beef and a mushroom sauce. So, but we're just, like I said, we're going to do what the taste test is, what the process is in preparing the food to make it edible, to eat it, and then also to, a little bit about what kind of serving size, but how much water it does require to prepare the food. So we'll be back once the water starts to boil here, and we'll add in our 4 Patriots. Okay, our water has started to boil, so we are going to pour the contents of the 4 Patriots hearty noodles new recipe, and we're going to pour that in. Now, it says to cook this over medium heat for 20 minutes. Now, the Ready Wise says that once I put the 2 cups of water here, I've got to wait 12 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer that on the first 5 minutes of this cooking, then I'm going to add the 2 cups of boiling water to the Ready Wise, reset my timer because the Mountain House requires 8 to 9 minutes. So I'll reset my timer for additional 5, and then I'll put the water in the Mountain House, and we'll finish with another 10 minutes on the timer so that we are 20 minutes on cooking everything, and hopefully everything comes out about the same time. So let's go ahead and get so there's the empty contents. So let's get the timer set for 5 minutes. Okay, turn my teapot on, and in 5 minutes, we'll add the water to the Ready Wise, let it sit for 12 to 15 minutes, do another 5 minutes, because then we'll be ready to put the water in the Mountain House, and then the last 10 minutes, everything should be cooking, and then should be able to finish at the same time, and we can put it out onto a plate and do our taste test. Okay. So that says to stir occasionally and to reduce to a medium heat. So I'm going to do that. That is going to be turned down. Okay, so the timer has went off for the first 5 minutes here. And I apologize, I have to do this voiceover, but my microphone went out while recording this part of the video. So getting my 2 cups of boiling water, and I'm going to be adding that to the the Ready Wise, and it requires that you add 2 cups and that you let it sit or stand for 12 to 15 minutes, and that allows for the constitution. So we've cooked the 4 Patriots already for 5 minutes. So now with adding this 2 cups of hot boiling water into the Ready Wise, that'll be 15 minutes. We're going to let it stand. And so therefore the 4 Patriots will be done and the Ready Wise will be done. And like I mentioned earlier in the video though, I'm going to put 5 minutes more on to the timer. And that way, then I will add the 4 cups of water to the Mountain House bag and stir that up. And everything should then be right on time and everything coming out at the same time as far as ready to put out on the plate to show you guys the product and do the taste test on that. Anyway, be back here shortly after we allow this to cook for another 5 minutes before we put the water into the Mountain House. Again, sorry for having to do this voiceover, but the microphone, I did not catch this until later on, as you'll see, that I discovered that my mic wasn't working. But so the second 5 minutes has gone off. So the total time so far that has been cooking for the 4 Patriots has been 10 minutes. So now I'm going to add in the 4 cups of water to the Mountain House because it requires an 8 to 9 minutes time frame for it to reconstitute and to sit and stand before eating it. So I'm putting in the first 2 cups here, and as you can see, I realized that I didn't have it in frame, so I apologize for that as well. And there's the first 2 cups. So now I've got to get a second 2 cups, and this will be the total of 4 cups for the Mountain House. Now, after I put this last 2 cups in here, I've got to stir this product, and I've got to get it nice and stirred up. And then what I'll do is I'll reseal the product, and I'll fold it over and put a paper clip in it, and we'll let everything finish up cooking here, and we'll be able to get ready to put this on a plate and to start doing the review from the aspect of the taste of the product and review how the time it took for everything to cook again, and also to the amount of water that we use for these products. So appreciate it. Oh, the one thing here too, I'm showing you is that you really have to stay on top when you're cooking the 4 Patriots. You got to be stirring it really a lot because if you don't, it'll start burning to the bottom of that, and so it is very critical. It's not a product that you can just walk away from. I don't know what it is. I've got my oven at like the number 3, right? So it's a total of numbers of 10, and so it says to cook at a medium heat. So I should be around, like a 5. I've got it to a 3, right? And it's still boiling pretty good. So just watch it. If you're cooking the 4 Patriots for the first time, you've got to stay there with it to make sure it doesn't burn the bottom. All right, we'll be back as soon as all this is done. Okay, so the product has cooked. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this out onto 3 plates. And the first one is going to be where I put the 4 Patriots at. So that way you can all see the visual of the product before we start tasting it, and you'll be able to see yourself. Okay, this is where I've got the Ready Wise and just stirring it up. This is the first time I've stirred it up since it's been done. I stirred it up when I added the water, but now I just got to stir it up, and I'll put out some Ready Wise, and we'll get that sampling out now. Okay, so now I'm getting the Mountain House product out and put onto the third plate here. Okay, so now I've got all the three dishes out and showing you a little bit as far as their visual, how they appear visually to me and to you as well. And the one thing that you're going to notice is the coloration for the Mountain House and for the Ready Wise are similar, right? It's more of a white cream sauce. You look, it appears, but now when you look at the Four Patriots, it's brown, right? And that's kind of, for me and my wife both, it was kind of off-putting. But we'll be sharing that video next here as far as our opinions, and you'll hear my wife talk about hers. This will be the final voiceover of this video series here. And again, I do apologize for having to do that. But visually, it just, the Four Patriots wasn't a good visual for me. However, the Ready Wise and the Mountain House, both visually were appealing, and definitely, from that standpoint, was a positive. All right, so we have tasted our food here. And so first off, Thena, what did you think visually of these?
I think Mountain House and Ready Wise look really good, and I'd like to eat them.
And I would agree with that, because I've always had, even just homemade beef stroganoff noodles and beef, the creams, the sauce has always been a white color, right? Should that be a big issue? No, but just visually appealing wise, these look better. Now, what was your thoughts on the taste of the Four Patriots?
I don't know. It was just all right.
Okay. What about Ready Wise?
The Ready Wise, the noodles really tasted good, but the meat tasted like it was kind of hard.
Okay. And Mountain House?
It was very good.
Okay.
I liked it.
So her and I are pretty much on the same agreement. I did like the Four Patriots. I'm not going to, knock it because it doesn't have meat. But when you're thinking about a survival food kit, you kind of want that kind of uh, protein, right? So even though it didn't have meat in it, it did taste good, right? The color's off, yes, but I felt that, I could eat it in emergency. The Ready Wise noodles, yeah, the noodles tasted great. It was just the beef. These are little beef pellets that are in here, and they're hard and chewy. So, that was my only issue. And that had plenty of time to reconstitute. As you would know, I had that probably before I put it on the plate and ate it and everything. You're probably talking, 18 minutes, and it only recommends 12 to 15 minutes for that. So, Ready Wise was good, except for the meat. The Mountain House. Now, this right here is an 11-year-old product, right? So I've had that in storage for 11 years, and the meat on it was great. It was tender. It didn't have that gristly type of texture, or when you bite into it like the Ready Wise did. So the Mountain House definitely was good. The noodles were good. I really couldn't taste the mushroom sauce, but I mean, I guess it was in there. I guess that was the overall. But both the wife and I, we did like the taste of the noodles. We didn't like the beef. We did like the Mountain House overall. Everything from the beef that was in there, from the sauce and the noodles, that was definitely an A plus. And like I said, I probably liked the Four Patriots a little bit more than what my wife did. But you know, I would tell you that I am going to ding Ready Wise on the meat, right? Because I don't think a good quality meat that was used in there, or maybe it's their process, whatever. But the Ready Wise was a little bit tough for the meat part. Much the everything for the beef here on the Mountain House, it was excellent. Taste was excellent. The meat tenderness was good. It didn't have that hard taste to it, and And then, like I said, 4 Patriots was good. Visually, like I said, the only thing is that Ready Mix and Mountain House, from a visual, is much better than the 4 Patriots. But if giving it a grade, I'm going to go ahead and give Mountain House first place. Um, I would like to give Ready Wise second place alone, but the meat I can't. But the noodles are good. So from a noodles standpoint, from there, I'm still going to give Ready Wise a second place, and I'm going to give 4 Patriots a very close second place too, as well, almost a tie. I know that's hard to there, but so if I was going to do anything, I guess first, second, and third place. But I don't want to knock 4 Patriots on everything, right? If it's good, it's good. And I thought this, in an emergency situation, definitely would be an A plus. The bottom line of it is, though, that from a water consumption, the Mountain House and the Ready Wise really are the same. This is a 2.5 servings. Ready Wise is a 5 serving. Ready Wise takes 4 cups of water. So if I double the Ready Wise, because it takes 2 cups of water for 2.5 servings, so if I made that 5, like like Mountain House, then I would use 4 cups of water there. So they're equal in the water. The 4 Patriots took 4.5 cups of water, only had 4 servings, so it got 1 less serving, but it uses more water. The other thing too is that the Mountain House and the Ready Wise, they've got the gusset on their packaging, so it stands up. I add the water. All I'm dirtying is the packaging. I use paper plates. I use these plates underneath it just for stability because it was hot from the boiling water and everything. So plus I didn't want to spill it, but so that we really only would dirty up paper plates. I can throw those away. I can throw this package away. And really the only thing I've dirtied up are the forks, right? With 4 Patriots, it's a mess with the pan, and it's going to require a lot of water to clean that up. And, from that standpoint, these products, Ready Wise and Mountain House, at least help me to conserve my water in an emergency situation. Plus 2, they don't take as long. 4 Patriots was 20 minutes to totally cook, and Ready Wise and Mountain House, Ready Wise 12-15, and Mountain House was only 8 to 9 minutes. Mountain House wins that from a speed standpoint. I can eat it much quicker, and from a use of water, these guys win, and from dirtying up a bunch of dishes, these guys win too as well. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. So definitely would recommend Mountain House on their beef stroganoff and noodles. Have a great weekend and make it a great day. Talk to you later.